and welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And in this video, we're going to do something a little different. If you're familiar with my channel, I did some Native American website stuff, similar to the way I'm doing this video, where I basically took you through a website. In this case, it's going to be a YouTube channel. So we're going to be looking at Townsends, who does a YouTube channel focusing on the United States in the 18th century. So he does some cooking stuff, he does a couple of other things, and I am recommending this channel. It's very good for history. The guys, I've seen a couple of his videos. I am subscribed to him. So he does it very well. He does it historically. There's a lot of information, particularly on the making various recipes historically accurate for, again, the 18th century. Most of the time in the small towns, sometimes in the frontier areas. So we're going to take a look at that. So I will pass you over to my voiceover when looking at that website. Thank you.
Okay, so this is Townsend's YouTube page, as you can see. So I'm going to kind of go through, these are some of his recent videos. For reference, this is being filmed on December 9th, 2021, as opposed to a lot of the other things you're going to be watching this month, which are mostly filmed months ago. So let's go back to looking at Townsend. So let's go up and show you his about page. So this explains what he's doing. So it's dedicated to exploring the 18th century lifestyle. Subscribe for hundreds of videos on 18th century living, cooking, clothing, and more. So, and then he has a website and a Facebook page and all sorts of other information. So let's jump to his playlist, just because I find that a little easier. So he has videos on the sounds of the homestead, which I will hit the playlist, which looks like it's just the sounds of fitting an axe handle. Well, that's gotta be interesting. But a lot of his videos, he has a whole bunch of stuff on 10 videos on 18th century cooking. So and that's just his season 18. He has a couple, looks like he has one short here. History of making money. So he has 2 videos on this. We have a video of him messing around with pottery. So, and then the travels in North America. So this would be traveling around in the 18th century. Discussions with John. I'm guessing that's pretty much information on him himself and his information. And then he reads a couple of old, looks like reading classics. So he's reading some of the old classics that were available at that time. And then he has a bunch of cooking. So dozens of things on various different cooking. That's the main thing he does here, is he does a lot of cooking. So he does a couple other things. He does more 18th century cooking. Adventures during 2020. That's always interesting. So, and then a lot of his wilderness homestead. So this is him doing various videos in the wilderness. So we're going to look at his full playlist here. So, guessing he built a cabin out in the wilderness. So he shows him how they build cabins. Still more cooking videos. And various different things. So this is obviously an ongoing thing. In his cabin out in the middle of nowhere, or not. Again, I haven't watched some of these videos, but he does do alcohol in here, but again, it's historical. So lots and lots of cooking. There's tons of videos here. So he does one on, looks like, making a canoe. The true experience of hunting. Well, it's 18th century, they hunted. More cooking. Like you can see, there's tons of cooking. So the standard of living in history. So he has 17 videos. I'll have a quick look at that one. So episode 1, these started in living history. So a couple of other different things where you're looking at how people lived during this time. So I'm guessing there's a lot of reenactors here. Slave people, various other historical people when they're getting started in the 18th century. Living histories for families. So this is a lot of people doing reenactments, which is always interesting. So he's talking to a bunch of different people. various different Connor Prairie. Looks like this is talking about life on the prairie. So, as again, there's tons and tons of cooking videos, which is the reason I'm doing it this month, because for some reason January has there's a lot of cooking stuff going on when they're celebrating this month. So I'm doing a bunch of cooking stuff. And there's not a lot of stuff for me to do on cooking. I have some fictional stuff this month, but nonfiction stuff is really, really hard to come by. So it was this or various different food blogs. And this is more interesting and probably more educational. So this is, there's tons and tons. This is his video playlist. So he's been doing this for obviously several years. Yeah. So 18th century bread series. So he does season 3. It doesn't look, I have no idea where season 1 is on the cooking. So he does dozens and dozens of cooking. Dutch ovens, German kitchen, vegetarian. He's a very, you can see there's 37 videos on vegetarian and meat pies and pumpkin pies in German kitchens. So there's dozens of videos. So this is a really good historical resource. And then he has a full Friday resource forum. So he has 6 videos on various different cookbook resources and more cooking. So he has dozens of videos. And check out, I don't think he really has, he doesn't really have any other channels. And let's see. He does have some community. It looks like he does live streams on occasion. So, and a few other things. So this is him. This is the guy who's doing this website or this YouTube channel. So it's very, very historical. It's very intelligent. It's very well done. And it's very authentic. So that is really it of the exploring of this specific YouTube channel. It's very, very educational. So I'll switch back to me in person rather than the voiceover. See you in a moment. Okay, so that's really it for this video. I encourage you to check out Townsends if you're looking at the 18th century. So there's a lot of, 18th century cooking. You saw that website. There was that YouTube channel. He has cooking galore on there. So that seems to be his main thing, along with a bunch of other stuff. So be sure to check that out. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. Mostly I do film and book reviews. Children's and film educational book reviews. We are a secular homeschooling family. My daughter is actually pretty young right now, so a lot of this stuff is informational for everyone else as I research stuff for my kid. But again, mostly what I do is book and video reviews, older video stuff. And I'm adding in this educational stuff as we go along. So be sure to check out the channel and like and subscribe. Comment if you choose to. Thank you.